kind of a professional drives a motorcycle and wears a black leather jacket?
This one.
Steve.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
To Pineapple and Lemon.
Woohoo.
Wee-hee.
It's scary time of year.
Spooky season.
It's October time.
Wee-hee.
We normally watch maybe some a little more scary, maybe some a little more fall or autumn or something like
Something
that.
cozy.
The way that we do it, I've seen a few more horror movies than you have.
It's usually just an introduction, and I show you like the super low-key, cozy nostalgia ones.
So we have one that's a little more super low-key nostalgia one today.
Yes.
This is not a scary movie, but it's still Halloween enough that I'm
it still
counting it.
falls under spooky season approved.
So today we are watching Little Shop of Horrors.
Wee-hee!
This is the 1986 version.
Yes.
It is a musical.
It is a musical. We need to preface this. It is a musical.
So I will start by saying this movie is extremely campy. It is by Frank Oz, who you might know as the voice of Miss Piggy or Yoda.
Bless. Same
There
person.
is definitely puppets involved in this movie.
Yes.
This movie also has music by Alan Menken. And let me tell you, the soundtrack, it's great.
I love it.
The original Little Shop of Horrors was a black and white movie. Really, the notable person in it is Jack Nicholson, who's in one scene.
Oh.
But then they did the stage version, which is a musical, and then they made this movie, which is a movie musical.
So based off of the stage production or based off of the original?
So based off of the stage production.
Okay.
It's a bit different than the stage production, which we can talk about afterwards as well. So I know you haven't seen this movie.
I haven't seen it. I also have not seen the stage production of it. I am familiar with the songs because Steven does sing them. He was in a stage production of this.
Yeah.
So I have not seen this. I don't know how I've managed to go this long without seeing it. But I am excited to finally watch this for the first time. Do you want to give me that IMDb synopsis for those who have no clue what it is that we're watching today?
Yes, so your IMDb plot summary is: a nerdy florist finds his chance for success and romance with the help of a giant man-eating plant who demands to be fed. So Ellen Greene originated the role of Audrey for the stage version of it. So she's in this movie with like a lot of other, maybe like better known comedic actors, but that's why she's in this, is she's the original.
Okay.
It already has that kind of like 50s bop music going to it, and you'll see it too as it goes on. A lot of the designs of the costumes. So these three, I almost equate them to like the Greek chorus.
Like the muses?
Where, kind of like the music where they know what's going on in the story and they're kind of helping to narrate it.
Okay, yeah. Those dresses are something.
I know, but it's so fun. Because it's so dreary, the rest of it.
Right? I just can't get over, like, is it straight or is it poofy? Like, we couldn't
It's like a
just
peplum.
do one. We had to do both. I love that they're unaffected by the rain. It really does set them as those, like, muses, right? Those godlike like, narrators.
They almost have, like, they have knowledge that they shouldn't have as characters, because they are characters in the movie as well. But when they're dressed up like this, it's almost like they're like outside of the main story, I guess. Alan Menken.
Bless.
Clap, clap, clap. Let me tell you, we'll get into... I'm going to save it.
Okay,
We'll wait till the point and I'll tell you about it.
I got these pots unloaded for you, Mr.
Oh no, I'm the main character because I trip and spill everywhere.
Oh, no, so
and there's a girl that I like that's very pretty.
Ain't no such thing.
Right into a musical number.
Classic.
They're set up for it.
Always set up.
Where the food is slap.
That was your dinner.
Yeah, you just made that and you're tossing it out?
You didn't even give it a chance.
Oh my gosh, you wasted all that time.
Where relationships are not God.
She just shows up with these pipes, and that's why
Right?
it's so funny to contrast with her other talking voice.
Right? That's always how you can tell when someone's putting on a voice, is because they're singing what you can't.
Yeah, and she's a stage actress, so like her singing is very like
It has
full.
to be full and on point. Yeah.
Has it ever occurred to you that maybe what the firm needs is to move in a new direction?
You know, this flower shop needs to be on the cutting edge.
Maybe we need more flowers in the flower shop.
What kind of a weirdo plant is that, Seymour?
I don't know.
I would love to have a baby Audrey too. I would like to have that on my desk.
I'm sure you could get one like off of Etsy or something.
Yeah.
Or Amazon even.
No one has. Where did you get it?
I love the line read.
Where did you get it?
That is Christopher Guest that's speaking. He directed a lot of like mockumentary stuff.
There was this.
So you know that eclipse we had this year.
That eclipse that we had.
It created Audrey
It
too.
created Audrey. Here we go.
Look, there it is, Mark.
Oh my gosh, it's peculiar.
Could you imagine stopping because you saw something in a window,
Weird, and then not even getting, just like get something completely different.
but also spend like $100 on flowers?
God.
I know.
You do?
I do.
So fix. Good night.
So fixed. Get it done.
I'm gonna go out and eat.
Yeah.
You have to stay here and work
He's
all
like,
night.
I still was planning to eat out, so. This is what I'm saying. Like it is a set, but it also feels like a set. Like you're watching a musical on stage.
Because it's not so far off from like a normal stage production. Obviously, there's like bigger things
Yeah.
that they can do because it's on film.
There's more people.
It's more of like, okay, well, this is what it is on film. What does it look like on stage now?
It's pretty cool as we get going when you see it, if you ever do see it live, because they can do some really fun stuff. I love this little puppet.
Not terrifying at all.
That's how they get you, right? They act all cute.
Right? Just like the gremlins, they're cute until they're not.
This is essentially like a deal with the devil type story where it's like, be careful what you wish for and like how much are you willing to give up
Right.
to achieve those. But it's also told in such a weird way.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tom. The weather today will be partly.
I'm always curious, like, what is this woman bringing that's weird with her?
But what is in the box?
It's chained up.
For good reason. Maybe the devil's inside.
Just the little things, like the way the tongue is designed to look floral.
It's really cool.
I love all the effort.
Hey.
Always nice to see John Candy.
I know. It's nice.
He's weird.
Oh, you got me! Oh!
Could you imagine? Just have free creative reign. Just go and do whatever pops in your mind.
Honestly, with the roles in this movie, like this is the only scene he's in. I feel like that's what they let them do is like they just put in comedians
Yeah.
and we're like, hey,
Improv. Go
this
for
movie
it.
is ridiculous. Go for it.
Just have fun with it.
Am I late? Did I miss?
Her arms in a sling.
That's her cast.
It's not even doing anything.
I know, it's so funny though.
But I'm dating a semi-sadist.
Semi. Not fully, but only semi.
So this song is like the Big I Want song.
Mm-hmm.
And Alan Menken used it as inspiration for Part of Your World.
Bless.
So
Of course.
You can kind of hear how it like fits in with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because this song's called Somewhere That's Green. So they call Part of Your World Somewhere That's Wet. The things that she wants are the things that people still want this day. Because they can't
I
afford
want a
housing.
I still want a house
And a backyard.
and a backyard with a fence and a washing machine.
This is one of the numbers I think benefits to being in the movie.
The costume change
And
And
the
the set
setting,
change?
because
Yeah,
when
for
you
sure.
when you hear it just as a song, like it's funny, but watching her like love the toaster,
in the fake bird. Yeah,
it just adds a little bit more to it.
I dream we'll go.
Yeah, I hear it. Wish I could be part of yours.
Somewhere that's
Where?
So I think another big point of this movie, it's ridiculous, it's silly, but the songs are so good and
Yeah.
endear you to them. Yes, Audrey's just a very silly person, but when you hear her sing, it's a great song.
Yeah. Like, you can definitely play with like a bit more angles too, right? With how they're doing this rooftop scene
hmm
in a
Like-
film versus like on stage.
When I've seen it on stage, they usually just have a bit of choreography right now because it gives them time to set up the next scene, right?
For sure.
But for a movie, you can do montage and you can show what's going on in the story played over the music.
Oh boy.
Get
There
a
we
little
go. There's
bigger.
a growth spurt.
So you see what I mean? If you go to see this on stage, the puppet is big.
Yes.
So it's pretty cool watching the way people do it Because I've seen it in Stratford, which obviously that's like a higher end.
Yeah, I feel like it really depends on the budget.
Mm-hmm.
I've also like for the high school production, know that they do it as like a puppet with a person who's like
Oh yeah,
manipulating.
yeah, you
it, or,
have
like
to.
sitting inside of it, right?
Mhm.
It's a funeral.
But watch, bam, so shiny, so perfect.
Natural, just out of the wild.
I've never considered putting glitter on flowers.
No.
Is that something that they actually do?
Yes.
All right.
Say no more.
Yeah.
It's clear you suffer from a low self-image.
What are these like outfits that she's wearing on a day to day? Like they're pretty extravagant for someone who lives in like not the nicest area of town.
Well, she talks about that a little bit going forward, but she's got a date tonight, so.
Oh.
What kind of a professional drives a motorcycle and wears a black leather jacket?
This one.
Steve.
This role I
I
love.
love the wig.
Oh man.
When I was younger, just a badly, yeah.
Oh, this is his song.
Oh yeah. You've heard this song, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know this one.
So you're just like, this is like a greaser dude, like no good guy.
You'll be a dentist.
But then they show the big reveal.
Fucking suck up that gas. Oh my god.
There's some malpractice going on here.
Just a wee bit.
In love with the puppet work.
Oh my god. So wild.
Say ah.
Perfect landing every time.
Bless. She's riding in side saddle.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Okay.
In that dress, what else are you gonna do?
She's gonna fall off.
I don't think he cares, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, he does not care.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Somebody's hungry.
Oh.
It's what my cat does when she's hungry.
Yup.
Just womp.
Womp. I haven't had anything to eat for
I'm
2 minutes.
starving.
You never feed me.
Lighten up!
Is he gonna just go to like a blood bank?
I don't think you can just walk into a blood bank and demand blood.
Go steal from a blood bank. That's what the vampires do.
Yeah. So we got a Bill Murray.
Very young Bill Murray.
So in the original movie, this character that Bill Murray's playing is the Jack Nicholson character.
Oh.
Yes, doctor.
It's like you're way too excited to be here.
That's the whole thing with this character.
Yep. Why wouldn't you just go to like the butcher's?
With a body?
No, like go to a butcher shop.
He offered that, and Audrey 2 said that will not suffice.
There's literally no difference.
He needs fresh blood.
So just get like today's catch.
Today's catch.
I put on cheap and tasteless outfits, not nice ones like this.
See, you thought her outfits were not nice ones like these.
Suddenly see more.
No, I knew this song was from this. I was waiting for this song to come in.
That's what I mean, though. I think it's like the most recognized.
I think so.
Like people do it at like karaoke and things, right? Like it's
Yeah.
you could do it outside of just a musical.
You're right, right. I think it was for me, it was this one and then the one with Audrey too. Like the one that we just had.
Yeah.
The Feed Me. Like those are the two that I recognize because those are the two that Steven sings.
Well,
The most.
that's a little different.
But I think like, I don't know. I feel like those are the most iconic ones. You don't give me your love. She's trying really hard to keep the voice, but she knows she
You
can't.
can't for this song.
I wish she would have just like not even done the voice for the song because I feel like the voice with the song kind of can tell she's holding back
Yeah, I'd be curious to watch her do this live,
without the voice.
just in general.
Yeah, just the song as a song, not as the character. Do you find like for the like all productions or most productions they do her with the squeaky voice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's supposed to be like ditzy, like that character, and a
Right.
lot of the humor comes from those line reads. But also, you have to be a good singer to be
For
Audrey.
sure. For sure.
I wouldn't say everyone does like an Ellen Green impersonation, but there's some kind of like affect or something to their voice
They,
that's
like something nasally probably.
just something a little
Yeah.
different.
The girl that's
Her voice is very unique to musical theater because it's not your stereotypical musical theater voice.
Mhm.
She's got a little bit of like rock and rasp in it. It's a little deep, which makes her stand
Yeah,
out.
That's why I'm like,
comparatively.
she's the one that they brought over to be in the
Yeah.
movie.
You can always tell when they're lip singing and when they're live singing.
hmm
It's in the neck.
Well, yeah, you're actually,
You're actually
using your vocal cords.
Your vocal cords, you can tell. Whereas if you're lip reading, it's like your breath is normal
Yeah.
and like your neck muscles aren't like
Yeah,
tensing.
not
and
even breaking a
releasing.
sweat. Yeah, because I think when they were throwing this around, Taron Egerton was the one who was going to play Seymour.
Okay, for the
And
newer version.
I think Chris Evans was supposed to be the dentist. I can't remember who was supposed to be Audrey,
Honestly, I could see Chris Evans playing the dentist.
right?
Yeah, I think that's perfect because it would just kind of remind me of what's his face from
He's like Knives Out.
Knives Out or even Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah, Lucas Lee.
Yeah, Lucas Lee. That's kind of like that. What I envision is Lucas Lee.
They said it has been officially canceled,
Oh no.
which I'm not surprised at. Scarlett Johansson was supposed to be in it.
As Audrey?
I don't know, that feels weird though, right? But Audrey 2 was supposed to be Billy Porter, and that would have been good, so.
Wait.
See, you didn't need to chop him up.
No. Well, I will say Audrey 2 has gotten bigger since then as well.
Oh. Okay, so now we can eat whole humans.
Yes. Because they kind of talk about a bit about how much of this is Seymour's fault. You know, he hasn't pulled the trigger, he didn't push him in,
Right.
but it still is his doing.
I mean, technically, he's just an accomplice, right?
Yeah.
He did, though he would still get a murder charge because he chopped up the guy.
It was the body was already dead though.
It's just,
That's just like sacrilege.
yeah.
Audrey, will you have me?
Oh, what do you mean?
I was gonna say, can you define this as you're asking me to be your boyfriend
Yeah,
or
you gotta be
asking to marry
upfront.
me? Clarify, because I don't even think you're in the dating phase yet.
I mean, they kiss, so
Oh, I guess that they're
that
married now.
means in this logic, she wants
married.
to have a separate bed. So
Was the style back then. It was in fashion to have separate beds.
Oh, I gotta get ready.
Hurry.
Just don't go back into the plant shop.
yeah, just stay away, and nothing bad will happen for the rest of the movie.
Right? This must be a massive prop.
So from what I remember, I think they play back the songs at a slower speed so that they can match the pace of it better with the puppet. And then when they speed it back up, it looks like regular timing because they couldn't make it move that fast
Well,
because it's so
obviously.
big.
Yeah.
My tenderly.
I'm dying, but let me sing for you.
Well, she has to reprise her song. At least Audrey 2's being a little bit nicer and more respectful this time.
Right? Definitely more respectful.
For your namesake.
Classic burp at the end or no?
Respectful.
Respectful, sorry.
More pods coming out.
You just like torch it. I feel like that might do it.
What, just because he's a plant?
Acid, torch it. I don't know. Something. Bleach. I don't think a gun's gonna do anything, honey.
I'm good at fights.
Okay, how many rounds are in that? Like,
Unlimited.
unlimited, apparently.
No reload required. See, again, being respectful. Doing it kindly.
After everything he did for you,
Yeah.
you're still gonna eat him.
The big hot toy of this Christmas season.
Right?
Little plants.
Coming to an A&P near you. I'm gonna take 7.
Yeah, how many people are you buying for here?
Not the bird.
What about the human?
But not the budgie.
Yeah.
Save the budgie. So you're gonna get to the roof and then what? What's your master plan from that?
Jump on top of the plant. Ride the plant.
Ride the plant. Master the plant.
Dune sandworm the plant. I am now the Statue of Liberty.
Tis me.
The end, potentially?
Who knows?
Now, look, Audrey 2 ruined the TV.
How rude.
Came right out of the screen.
Okay, thoughts.
All right, so before we talk about the movie, we're going to talk about the ending.
Okay, yes, because you said there's 2 different endings.
Yes, so that ending is not the original theatrical ending of the movie. The play musical version, the ending is very similar, where Audrey dies and she sings Somewhere That's Green. At the end, Seymour tries to save her, essentially, but does not succeed, and he also dies. So they do a reprise at the end where everybody kind of comes back like their zombie version of themselves, and they sing the Don't Feed the Plant song. So that's the play.
Okay.
In the movie theatrical version, Audrey does not die, and neither does Seymour.
Okay.
So they sing the Mean Green Mother song when Audrey 2 is like ripping apart the store, and like it rips out like a power cord to like a television or something, and Seymour like hits him with the power cord and he explodes.
Okay.
So electricity. They end up getting the little house that Audrey sang about in her song, and they have like picture perfect life, and just in their backyard there's like a tiny little Audrey 2 that just smiles at the camera, and that's how it ends.
Oh, that's how it ends.
This one we just watched, more in line with the original intent of the play.
Right.
But I think tonally, this ending kind of comes out of nowhere
Yes.
because of the rest of the movie isn't really that serious. But then they play off like the 2 deaths, and then they just kind of do this whole thing at the end like a monster movie.
Right.
So I think it doesn't really fit the pacing of the movie as well as the theatrical one. I know it's like a happy ending, and that's kind of like not really the intent of the story.
I think even like the way that you said that the stage production ends, like that would have, I feel like that, or even like the theatrical would have been a fine ending. I feel like if they wanted to do like your monster style, like destruction of New York City, I feel like that would have fit more appropriately like a sequel.
Yeah, or just, I don't know, it's because everything else is so small in scale of like the location, and then just at the end to be like so many extras and these giant sets, and it just feels like completely different than the story we were telling.
Yeah, like you're following the story of like Audrey and Seymour. Like when their story ends, the overall as a whole kind of ends. Like you have this nod that Audrey 2 is being mass produced, and that's going to be a problem.
Yes.
But that doesn't feel like it's a this movie problem.
Yeah, it just doesn't really fit the scope of what the rest of the movie's been. So, other than the ending, what did you think of the rest of the movie?
I thought it was well done. I'd be interested to see how they do it as a stage production, just because of the sheer size that Audrey 2 could be, depending on
Takes up a lot of the stage
budget or whatever. And it'd be interesting to see like the mechanics of it. Obviously, like it'd be interesting to see like, does the puppet stay stationary? Like it is plopped on stage the whole time, does not move, or do they put it on like a roller?
But the mouth
moves.
obviously moves, and like they have to eat the people, right?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
there has to be enough room for that to happen.
To fit a person.
I've seen people like dive headfirst in. Like,
Oh gosh, crash pad.
Yeah. What did you think of the music?
Music was good. I mean, it's Alan Menken, so I mean, it's
gonna
good.
be
It's
good.
gonna be good, right? I have like high expectations from this point from this guy. Definitely recognized quite a few of the songs. A few that I didn't know, but I feel like for the most part, they still like it's still the same vibe. It all works really well. The songs were surprisingly all upbeat.
Yeah. And there's more songs in the stage version that
Oh,
got
is there?
cut. Yeah. And then only the very last song on this actually is the only one that they made for only the movie. But everything else, like, they're just missing a few songs. Like, The Dentist has another song and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely going to keep an eye out to see if there's a theater nearby that's going to be doing this production, because I would be interested to see it, like I said, live.
Yeah, if you are ever interested, the original movie is like, I think, an hour long. It's also very silly, but not a musical.
Okay.
But it does feature the same characters, but the story is a little bit different. So,
Oh, okay.
but it does also end up with Seymour getting eaten at the end. So.
Oh, well, spoilers.
Yeah, but that's just kind of how it is when we just watch this version of it too.
True. I feel like I'm almost kind of glad that I watched this version and not the like happily ever after version.
I think thematically it works better with Audrey singing somewhere that's green, because she ends up somewhere that's green.
Right.
It being the plant. Whereas
Yeah.
in the theatrical version, that song doesn't really pay off because they end up at the house, but that's not really like, there's more meaning to it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's nice to watch the other version just because it is, I think, like I was saying, it just fits better with the flow of the rest of the movie. But this whole movie is just little jokes and bits of people popping in.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely lots of cameos.
And just like random ones, like Christopher Guest is there for like 2 seconds and you're like, cool. Like, that
Oh,
was
okay, cool.
great.
Bye. Okay, well, let us know if you guys have watched Little Shop. Which version did you watch? Have you seen all of them? Have you seen the stage production?
Yes.
Did you watch the original from the 60s? Let us know if there's any other spooky season
Yeah.
recommendations that you guys have.
Any scary stuff? Maybe some other scary musicals. I know there's a few out there.
There's a few. We're going to get to them. Y'all know Rocky Horror's coming at some point.
well. Keep your eyes peeled for the next eclipse, because So you might have a plant just mysteriously appear.
It just might pop
Might-
up out of nowhere.
Might end the world.
It just might end the world.
Thank you so much for watching with us.
It's been a blast and a half,
Had a really good time.
as always.
You could like this video.
Or subscribe, even better.
If you want to see something for us to watch in the future, like a movie or TV show, please let us know in the comments.
And we'll get on that right away for you.
Yeah.
Woohoo!